really excited because tonight I have reservations at Hoku. The chef of Hoku's has worked at some of the top restaurants in the world, including Per Se and the French Laundry. And these are all Michelin star restaurants, so I'm sure the food at Hoku's is going to be outstanding. This morning I'm heading to the Byodo Inn Temple. The temple is very popular, but I'm hoping it won't be too crowded because today is a Tuesday. Right now I'm lining up to ring this giant bell. The purpose of ringing the bell is to bring peace, happiness, and a long life to the person who rings it. The bell clears the mind of negativity and reminds us that everything is transitory. I just bought some fish food inside the gift shop, and now I'm gonna feed some of the koi living in the pond here. I just finished exploring the temple, and it was really quiet and relaxing out there, and now I'm going to be heading to Honolulu's Chinatown to get some lunch. The first place I wanted to go to in Chinatown was all sold out of food, so now I'm heading to get some ramen. I'm here at Tanaka Ramen, and I ordered a classic ramen, level 1 spicy. My ramen just arrived, and I'm already excited because it's topped with a little bit of black garlic oil and fried garlic. Let's go ahead and give this broth a sip. Wow, that is a great ramen broth. This broth is some of the richest, creamiest ramen broth I've ever had, and it also really hits you with the spice, but it doesn't take away from the rich, porky, garlicky flavor of the broth. This is really good ramen broth. I am so surprised. This is really delicious. The reason I'm so surprised is because in Chinatown, I was trying to get chashu, and then they didn't have any chashu, so I had to go somewhere else, and I just found Tanaka Ramen just by searching it up on Yelp, and their ramen, outstanding. Now we must try our noodles. I think these are gonna be great because I feel like they soaked up a lot of broth, and they look very springy and bouncy and chewy. These noodles are delicious. They have the perfect soft and chewy, smooth texture, and they really do soak up that spicy broth. And wow, they are very fresh, and you can taste the quality. Now let's get a taste of this pork. It looks nice and marbled, and it also looks fairly juicy as well. The pork is delicious. It really soaks up the broth, and it's like a sponge. It might even soak up the broth better than the noodles, and the pork itself is very juicy because of all the broth. And I like that the fat isn't too much, so you can really enjoy the taste of the pork and the ramen broth altogether. Really delicious. Ramen Tanaka is in a very unassuming location. It's in the Alamo Mall, and you definitely have to come here to check it out. They have some really delicious ramen. This might be some of the best ramen I've had in a really long time. This might be the best ramen I've had all year. I'm really excited because I saw the Big Island Candies is here at the Alamo Mall. When I was in the Big Island a couple years ago, I went to Big Island Candies there, and they have some really delicious shortbread cookies. If you like the shortbread cookies from Honolulu Cookie Company, you will love the shortbread cookies from Big Island Candies. They are even better. I just got some of my favorites from Big Island Candies, and I'm really excited about one of their new items, which is the chocolate mochi brownie. I'm back at the hotel now, and it's finally time for dinner at Hoku's, and I'm really excited because it's my most anticipated meal of the entire trip. Let's head on over to Hoku's now. I just got here to Hoku's and I just placed my order. For my starter, I ordered a seared Hudson Valley foie gras. For my appetizer, I'm ordering the hand-cut tagliatelle. For my entree, I'm ordering the steak and eggs. And for my dessert, I'm ordering the pineapple upside-down cake. They just brought out a salmon carpaccio, so I'm really curious to see how this is. It's with a little bit of soy ginger vinaigrette, and it's also topped with puffed rice. This is really tasty. I love the soft and tender and delicate salmon, and the sauce is delicious as well. It's just a little bit of soy and ginger, and the ginger tastes really fresh. And I also love the contrast between that and the rice on top. The rice puff is nice and crispy and salty, really tasty. They just brought out a little bit of bread and a poke dip. Let's go ahead and try our bread with our dip. Our dip is really smooth and creamy and delicious. This is so good, and I love their fresh, warm bread. It goes really great with that bread, and the fish is also very fresh, delicious. My seared foie gras just arrived. It comes with a little bit of macadamia nut puree and seared pineapple. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get a little piece of our foie gras right here. And I forgot to mention it also comes with a little bit of duck sauce. So let's just get a bite right here and see how this foie gras is. The foie gras is very delicious. It's rich and it's fatty and it melts in your mouth. And I love how it goes with the puree of the macadamia nut. Adds a nice nuttiness that really complements the foie gras. And the duck sauce is nice and savory as well. My hand-cut tagliatelle just arrived. It comes with Parmigiano Reggiano and Australian black winter truffles shaved on top. What makes this really special is before they shaved the truffles on top, they brought the truffles out to my table just so they could show me, and I can already smell the intensity coming off these truffles. I can't wait to taste this. Let's go ahead and try this. That is delicious. The pasta is perfectly cooked and the Parmesan cheese is mixed into a sauce, and those truffles are so delicious. This is my first time trying freshly grated truffles. And they're paper thin, and they have such an intense flavor that goes perfectly with this pasta. Wow, I am blown away. My steak and eggs just arrived, and this is no ordinary steak and eggs. This is A5 Wagyu topped with a sunny side up quail egg served with a little bit of creamed spinach on the side. A5 Wagyu is the highest cut of Wagyu beef that you can get, and Wagyu is one of the most expensive varieties of beef that you can get in the entire world. Wagyu cattle are raised in Japan. They get a lot of special treatment, and their meat is highly priced because of its fine marbling. I ordered my Wagyu medium rare, and I can already tell by looking at it that it's cooked perfectly. Let's see how this tastes. I cannot wait for this bite. The meat quality is out of this world. The meat quality is very high quality, and I can just taste the flavor of the fat, and it melts in your mouth, and it is so soft and tender. I also just love the maple sakeju. It really adds a nice sweetness, and the creamy egg yolk, oh my gosh, it's just amazing. Wow, this A5 Wagyu is just blowing my mind right now. Overall, just a fantastic A5 Wagyu dish. Amazing. I just finished my Wagyu, and that was fantastic. I also forgot to mention that there was a taro hash on the bottom. It almost reminded me of really fancy breakfast potatoes, and wow, that was incredibly delicious as well. So far with this meal, I feel like I've eaten some of the most expensive foods in the world. Truffles, A5 Wagyu, and foie gras. What gets more expensive than that? I think the only thing I left out is the caviar and the fine wine. And by the way, this was my birthday present for turning 16, so I think this is a pretty great birthday present. Dessert just arrived. I ordered a pineapple upside down cake, and it is topped with vanilla ice cream. And since I'm celebrating my birthday, they gave me a passion fruit macaron. Let's go ahead and try this pineapple upside down cake. The pineapple smells so sweet and caramelized. Without a doubt, this is the best pineapple upside down cake I've ever had. The cake is so soft and fresh, and it tastes freshly baked. It's still hot, and I love the sweet caramelized pineapple. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. Not to mention, the vanilla ice cream is amazing. It is so sweet and creamy, and I really taste the high quality dairy. It's so creamy and smooth. Wow, amazing vanilla ice cream as well. Let's try the passion fruit macaroon now. You have a soft, thin, and crumbly outer cookie, and that is really tasty. It's nice and smooth, and it melts in your mouth. The inside is the perfect balance of sweetness and tartness from the fresh passion fruit cream. Wow, this is really tasty. A great macaroon. I just got back from dinner, and I'm absolutely stuffed, but for sure, this was my favorite meal the entire trip. It's also definitely on the top 10 list of some of the best meals I've ever had in my entire life. It was that good, seriously. Definitely one of the highlights of the meal for me was when they brought out this huge glass dome filled with black truffles because they showed me that I was gonna get that on top of my tagliatelle. Unfortunately, I did not capture that on camera, but definitely that was a highlight, at least in terms of the experience for me. All of the food was really delicious, and I cannot pick a favorite. They were all delicious and different in their own good ways. Definitely, if you want to have a really nice meal in Hawaii, Hoku's is the way to go. This was also one of the best meals I've ever had on camera. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure if you did, give it a like, and also make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.